Welcome to Nerd Movie Collection, where I attempt to watch every movie I own before allowing myself to buy a new one. Today I'm looking at The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad was released in 1958 and directed by Nathan Juran. It stars Kerwin Matthews as Sinbad, Catherine Grant as Princess Parissa, and Torrin Thatcher as Sakura. The story begins with Sinbad and Princess Parissa sailing to Sinbad's home in Baghdad in order to be married. This marriage is to broker peace between these two nations, although they do seem to actually love each other. While sailing home, the ship runs across the island of Colossa, and so they decide to weigh anchor there and get supplies. While on the island, the crew runs across the man-eating Cyclops. However, with the help of Sakura and his magic lamp, they are able to escape the beast. Now, I know what you're thinking. You heard me say magic lamp, and so you figure there must be a genie in the movie. And there is. No, nothing like that. In fact, the genie in this movie is actually a child, which I suppose is okay, but I don't know, they just don't give him a whole lot to do, and so there's not a whole lot of character there. What is a highlight of this sequence, and several others later, is the special effects of Ray Harryhausen. He was brought on to give life to these epic creatures, and he does a great job, as he always does. Anyway, after defeating the Colossus, the crew returns back to Baghdad. However, upon arrival, Sakura the magician has discovered that his magic lamp was left behind. After realizing that he's lost his magic lamp, Sakura desperately wants to get back to the island of Colossa, and he begs Sinbad to take him. However, Sinbad continuously refuses. After several failed attempts to get Sinbad to take him back to the island, a nefarious plot happens, which involves the princess being shrunken down to the size of a doll, and Sakura telling Sinbad that the only thing that will help him create the antidote is on the island of Colossa. The rest of the movie is pretty much just everything that happens on that adventure, and for the most part, it's a good time. There were a few scenes that really stood out to me. One involves Sinbad trying to recruit a new crew, because for whatever reason, he needs a new crew. It's never really explained why. So, does he go and ask for volunteers, or does he ask more of his friends to go help him? Nope. He goes to the prison and basically recruits criminals to be a part of his crew. Now, what could be wrong with that? There's no possible way that they could mutiny, right?
Pirate.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, that pretty much goes how you expect it would. There's also a scene where the shrunken princess goes into the lamp to talk to the genie, and every time I see this I think, itty bitty living space. But yeah, anyway, the rest of the highlights really are the battle sequences and the special effects. Like there's a duel with some skeletons, and there's a fight between a Cyclops and a dragon. It's all really, really good stuff. So yes, while this does have some of those old campy moments like we saw in The Three Worlds of Gulliver, I think this movie is a little bit better. So I'm going to give it a sitting nerd, because I sat through it and I enjoyed it. Okay, 3 movies down, 743 to go, and a total watch time of 308 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Next time I'll be looking at 9 to 5. And remember, an island named Colossa is probably not a good vacation spot.